Hey, it's Tuesday nights with Dr. Bruce. Welcome. I'm Dr. Bruce, your host. We've got a lot of new people actually listening in these days. It's been a lot of fun with that. A lot of great emails, some personal messages. People have been asking me. So, yes, I did see the quadriplegic study. Thank you for passing that on to me. That was really, really cool. Spent a lot of time looking at that. If you didn't see the quadriplegic study and you're just curious what actually happened, there was one case, and it was just a case. It was a pilot study that they wanted to check. They had a quadriplegic who had injury to the neck, so no movement from the neck down whatsoever. They did exosome therapy with them. So fantastic idea. Love this stuff. Stem cells give off exosomes. Every cell in your body gives off these vesicles that are basically cell signaling molecules. But this one gives off that the exosomes are a concentrated version of that. You just kind of take all that information, you pile it down into one thing, and you inject it into an area. Well, they did some injections with this quadriplegic, and for the first time ever since he had got the injury, he is now able to flex his legs. So it's just unbelievable what they're starting to do right now. So yeah, I did see the study. I got a good chance to read all the way through it. They're looking at, I think I told you guys about one of the studies where they had some quadriplegic, actually paraplegics, that had been in a wheelchair for more than 2 years, and 75% of them gained bowel and bladder control back. So that was a big deal for them. Very, very excited to hear what's happening new and different in stem cell therapy and exosome therapy. And I do want to let you guys know that we have rolled out our medical weight loss program. Those of you who are interested in that, please personal message me. We've been getting a lot of things on my Tuesday Nights with Dr. Bruce page, and we get a lot of things on the Bridge page. If you're my friend and you're one of those people that says, hey, what is it? What are you guys actually doing? I can tell you how we've rolled it out and what we're doing. So I just want to let you know. So the medical weight loss program is now available. Obviously, all the rehab and stuff that we're doing is available. I have to tell you a story about tonight. So Granite City is where we had our dinner with the doc tonight. And Jeremiah, unbelievably hard worker, did a fantastic job. Bennett's always great to present with. So it went really well. We had some really good stories. One of them was about 20 minutes into it. It takes about 45 minutes, maybe 50 to get through the whole thing. So 20 minutes in, this beautiful old man, he's just, I don't know, I just loved him. You just want to hug him, right? He's just this great dude. He gets up, he started, I'm sorry, I'm an old man, I got to pee. So he walks right in front and he goes out and he's gone for a little while. And I thought, oh, it's no big deal, he's just gone. And then he comes walking back in. He goes, I didn't leave. And he comes back in, he walks that down. So we started going through, hey, if you would like to reserve, and it is a reservation with us, just so you know, when you're sending your family to us, when we say 9:30, it's a 9:30 reservation. It's not an appointment at a doctor's office and you're going to be there till 3 p.m. That is, your day one is a reservation. You will come in at that time. You'll be seen at that time. The unfortunate part of that is that we schedule out our care coordinators, Dr. Bennett, we schedule out his time. We schedule out the nurse practitioner's time. We schedule out Dr. Wiley, our orthopedist time. So you get all of that. You're going to meet the rehab techs or the director of rehab. So, and very likely your chiropractor as well. So there's a lot of time that is booked out there. So it is a very real reservation. So when we were asking this guy about making a reservation for this thing, he basically told us, you know, we had him as soon as we showed the knees, because there's a before and after picture that I show on X-ray. And he said, you had me then. He goes, the rest of this was just eating this great meal. And I got to tell you, you know, we had chicken, which was really well done. We liked it a lot. And we had salmon, and then we had a meatloaf, not your mama's meatloaf at Granite City. I don't eat a lot of meatloaf. My wife makes a great meatloaf, but I'm going to tell you, yeah, well done. You know, it's got some gravy, it's got some potatoes. So we're talking about comfort food. And anyway, he was absolutely adorable. I love this guy. He was like, well, hell, if I'd have known that that's all you were going to ask was for me to show up, I'm going to show up. You know, I could have left when I had to pee. But it was a great night. So thank you for sending your people. I know you are. I get the personal messages. I get the emails. Thank you for sending your friends and family to these events. We are at a fairly large 55 plus community next Tuesday. And then I've got a little break for a while. So and then we started up again in July. But the Tres Omari thing was wonderful. If you haven't been to Tres Omari, we're going to do another one of those events in July. So please come. It's going to be great, as it always is. I think you'll love it. And then we're going to do wherever else that we're going to do. Jeremiah sets me up. You know, he kind of keeps my schedule. So I just kind of go where he tells me to go. Terrific night. Some great things going on. It's with stem cells and exosomes out there and PRP. I've got a wonderful thing that's happening in August where I get to teach the nurse practitioners. So we're putting that on. That's going forward very, very well. I've got a great team of people. And then I talked to legal today. I've got a great legal team. And when I talked to legal today, they're interested actually in being part of the seminars as we start putting these on to get a full certification in regenerative medicine. So if you feel like sharing this, passing this on, if you've got friends that are nurses or are going to become nurse practitioners and you want to pass this on, please do. We're going to create an entire program that is going to develop a nurse practitioner that's already skilled at an awful lot of this into a full-blown certified regenerative nurse practitioner. What's happening, I don't want to get too much into politics, but what's happening is the FDA has basically said that regenerative medicine advanced therapy is something that can only be done by a physician. The nurses counter with, it's an injection. The FDA counter with, you don't have any training in what to do if it goes wrong or in exactly how to do it. So I get to cover those bases and obviously solve that problem. So we're looking forward to it. It's going to be really good. In the meantime, I just want to say hi to everybody. I'm absolutely having a great time with this. The regeneration is going very, very well in the clinic. More and more people are now in rehab, so you're hearing a lot of laughing. It's good to go into an office, and as I'm walking up and down the hallways and picking up my patients, it's good to hear them giggling, trying to do a balance board and all the wobble stuff that they have to do. So, but it's great. It's a big deal. You know, learn the balance, learn the function. That's going to be more important than whether or not your knee hurts, but we are able to help with that too. So I just want to say thanks. It's raining again tonight, but no tornadoes. There was a possibility of one, but it was out south and west of us. So it's crazy. You have these things on Tuesday nights. You think it's going to be fine. It was a beautiful day. And then all of a sudden it turned into this. In the meantime, I'm going to just let you guys go. It's been a great night. My voice is a little tired, but it was absolutely exciting. If you happen to know nurse practitioners or know nurses that are looking at getting into the regenerative medicine, this is a really, really good idea for you to consider. It's on regened.net. I'm going to do a lot more with it. I'm going to ask all of my friends, everyone out there, if you know people that need to go to this 12 hours of continuing education, August 21st, 22nd, at the Hilton in Branson. I'm going to say it a bunch of times, okay? But we'd really appreciate you guys helping us. Let's get those people there. Let's get them trained so that they have a certificate that says, yes, I can do this. Honestly, they were probably already good at the injection stuff, or at least most of that stuff. They were good at some of it. But Dr. Wiley's going to teach the musculoskeletal stuff. He is so good at that. I get to talk about the future. I think if I were to say I have a superpower, it would be that I can predict the future from the trends that I see. And I really do feel like in some cases I can. It's like, well, I bet that's going to go that way. I do follow the money, so that's like an easy one. That's the easy button. You follow the money and you can predict the future. But I also predict I also follow the political power. The political power seems to be like, you know, well, we want to make our medical doctors feel really special because they're the ones selling all of our drugs. And you have to understand that the FDA is still, the administration of the FDA is 85% ex-pharmaceutical people. So, yeah, I mean, you know, they're the ones, they've got to appease what they can, but they still like nurse practitioners, and so do I. So I get a chance to work with them. So I'm going to go ahead and go, but I just want to say thanks. I'm glad to be here. I wish it wasn't raining. It'd be nice if we had a few dry days in a row. But in the meantime, I'll see you next Tuesday, and be an example of what's possible.